Israel has now condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine as a, quote, violation of the world order, but did not condemn Russia specifically. Russia has, in the recent past, 2015, been an ally of neighboring Syria, but allows Israel to operate against Iranian activity in the region. Israeli officials say the next decision will be whether to join the international sanctions specifically targeting Russia. Joining us now to talk about this, former Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Danon. Danny, it's wonderful to have you here. You've got to tell us the difficult position we know Israel is in. However, when your neighbor's house is on fire, like Syria was, and Russia comes in, how do you just sit there and watch it and say, well, it's not going to come near us?
Thank you for having me, Liz, today. Israel made an unequivocal condemnation for the aggressions of Russia into the Ukraine. The Minister of Foreign Affairs spoke very clearly about that. And we are very worried to see 80 years after the Second World War, invasion of a state to another state. It is unfortunate. We are worried about what's happening to the people of Ukraine, to the Jewish community in Ukraine. We know that anti-Semitism will be on the rise when you have chaos on the streets, and we are very worried about it.
Yep. You know, a little personal insight here. My grandparents were from what is now Ukraine, Odessa. They were chased out by the Russian Cossacks. There is a ton of anti-Semitism coming out of Russia. So this is an issue not just for the Jewish community, but obviously the Ukrainians are under fire and the world is watching. And beyond sanctions, they're not doing much. Israel has been in this position over and over again. The Six-Day War, the Yom Kippur War, where multiple countries attacked Israel and nobody stepped in to help. What would Israel do in this situation if it were Ukraine?
So first, I completely agree with you. You know, every state has to think what will happen if